my name is Dr. Michelle Grokey, and I'll be your instructor for Medical Anthropology, Anthro 327, for the fall semester. And I know a lot of you from previous courses, but there's some of you on the course roster that I don't already know. So I just wanted to welcome you all to the course. I'm really excited to get to know each of you throughout the semester. And I thought it'd be a good time as well to go over the syllabus together through this video so that there are no questions and that everything in terms of assignments and what we're going to be doing over the next 15 weeks is really clear. And just so you know, for those of you that don't know me, there's also a bio link about me if you want to know a little bit more about my background. And again, if you have any questions, please email me. And I also have an office on campus in Reed Hall, so feel free to stop by there or to make an appointment with me and set up a time to meet for those of you in the Bozeman area. All right, so let's look at the syllabus together. You'll see that there is a course description talking about sort of the general scheme of things, what we're going to be doing. And if you look at the learning outcomes, there are 4 things that I really hope you get out of the class. The first is to learn more about medical anthropology and what this unique subfield of anthropology is all about. And secondly, to understand the connection between medical anthropology and global health. Why is medical anthropology important? Why is understanding culture and cultural differences important to studies in global health, community health, really the health discipline in general? And I know that a lot of you that have signed up are in health fields. A lot of you work in health positions around the state of Montana and even outside. We have some students in the class that also live outside of Montana. Second learning outcome is to better understand how sociocultural, economic, environmental, and geopolitical forces impact health outcomes. So that really is the premise of medical anthropology. Understanding how these external factors impact one's health, and through the readings we'll do this semester, I think you'll certainly get a better understanding of that. I also, and primarily through your final project, which we'll talk about, want you to learn how to create public health messaging. And I think that if any of you go into health fields, this might be something that you'll be asked to do. So I figure instead of writing a big 30-page research paper at the end of this course, let's just get some experience creating this public health messaging. And you'll see on the syllabus that you're going to use some cool, neat online applications to create that. And lastly, a learning outcome that I have for you all is to better express your ideas and thoughts both through writing and orally through those final projects. So if you keep scrolling down the syllabus, you'll see some more information about D2L. If any of you have never used D2L before, feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about navigating through the course. I also have a course resources tab on D2L, and there's some links to better help you understand this online learning platform. If you keep going through the syllabus, please read through the course policies and procedures. And I want to stop at the ground rules, so section 5. So if you've never taken an anthro course before, you might quickly realize that we read a lot in anthropology. It's certainly a reading-heavy discipline, and this course is no different. So if you don't love to read, this course may be a struggle. If you like to read, we've got some great books picked out. I have some great books picked out for you that are all medical anthropology case studies. So we will be reading 3 case studies this semester. And again, all of these are written by medical anthropologists. And I really hope will give you a sense of how and why medical anthropology is so important when we're talking about global health, talking about community health, and public health. So the first book that I'm going to have you all read is called The Weight of Obesity. And this book takes place in Guatemala and will be the first case study that we learn about together. And you'll see, if you look at D2L, that we have 2 introduction weeks to get everybody on the same page with medical anthropology. Then we spend a few weeks on this book. Then we always have 1 week where you'll do a mini assignment related to the book that we read. And then the second one we will be reading is called Jail Care. This takes place here in the US, and it's written by Dr. Sifrin, and she is both a gynecologist and a medical anthropologist. And here she explores women who are pregnant and also incarcerated and healthcare surrounding that specific demographic. So really interesting read. And then the third book that we'll be reading is called The Twilight of Cutting. This recently came out. Actually, all of these are quite recently published. And this one will take us to Africa. So on purpose, I selected 3 books that take us around the world so that we get a global perspective here in this course. So this is our third case study. So back to the ground rules. It's a heavy reading course, and I really do expect you all to read the syllabus, read through the week modules in D2L, and stay on top of your reading. We will be having group discussions every single week. This is, you can look at it as the backbone of this online course, So you will have 2 discussion posts due per week, every Wednesday and every Sunday night. And that will stay consistent throughout the semester so that, I don't want to change things up on you week to week. So every Wednesday, every Sunday, I will be reading through the posts. Not to say you can't post, on a Monday or a Tuesday, but by Wednesday and by Sunday, I'll be going through and checking, reading all the posts and making sure that you're all contributing. So that we're not all in one giant group discussion thread, I have you all broken up into small groups. And these groups will change with every case study that we do. So you'll always be talking to a different group of peers. And read through the syllabus carefully. I want you to both answer the question that I've posted, and I want you to respond to others in your group. And really, I foresee the discussions being more of a conversation rather than you all just kind of posting in silos. So we've got the readings, we've got online group discussions. I will also post short videos, 10 to 15 minutes, every time we read about a concept that I think deserves a little bit more clarification. So you'll see that in the weeks on D2L. So you'll just see, the video clip, and I'll explain it. And so please watch those as we go through. All right. So we talked about the required readings. So that's part 6 in the syllabus. So grades and assignments. So there's 3 components to the course. And the first one is this weekly online group discussions. So those are worth a big part of your grade. 45% of your grade are those. So please keep up with the readings, and every week the discussion question will be posted on D2L. And you'll notice that a lot of these haven't been posted yet. So what I like to do is see how the discussions are going, see what questions are arising, and then the week before I'll post questions for the next week. So they'll be there a week prior, and then we can all kind of move through those together. Small assignments. So you will notice that small assignments are worth 15% of your grade. You'll have 3 of these, and these are essentially going to be due after we read each of these larger books, right? So the first one is due on week 5 for Weight of Obesity. Then we'll read Jail Care. Oops, sorry, here you go, this one. Week 9, we'll have a small assignment about jail care, and then on week 14, we'll have a small assignment about the Twilight of Cutting. I will post those small assignments 2 weeks before they're due, and you will upload those right to D2L, and those should take you about 2 to 4 hours to complete. So the last part of your grade is the Global Health Awareness Campaign project. And I will post a separate video entirely explaining this project in more detail. But at this point, all you need to know is that it serves as your final project, but we will be working on it together as a class, step by step throughout the semester. And please read through the syllabus carefully to get to know what all of these components are. The first one is called the Health Issue Report. It's due on September 23rd. And you'll see that these 5 components each comprise a different percentage of the grade. And in total, that project is 40% of your total grade. And so again, that's the Global Health Awareness Campaign Project, the GHACP. And I'll post a separate video about that to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, hopefully you guys are all still following me and are with me. So if you read through the syllabus, you'll see I talk about online discussions more in detail, the small assignments, and then the Global Health Awareness Campaign. And in terms of late assignments, I do not accept late assignments. Of course, if you have a medical emergency or a family emergency and you let me know in advance via email, I'm of course willing to make exceptions. But if you simply forget and you don't have an excused absence, then you won't be able to receive credit for those assignments. You'll see in the syllabus that there is a course outline, though if there's any changes made, everything will be updated right on the D2L shell. So really that's where I want you to look. So let's look there together. So if you click on content at the top, you'll see that the table of contents on D2L, there's a course overview and getting started page where I'm sure you all found this video. There's a course resources page. If we click there together, you'll see that there's some D2L resources for those of you that have never used D2L before, or even if you want a refresher. And then I have some resources for the online tools we're going to use for those global health campaign projects. So you can already get familiar. You're either going to use Adobe Spark or Storybird. Both are perfectly fine. I a little bit prefer Adobe Spark, but they're both fabulous tools. And for that final project, you'll all be doing a visual story. Then if you kind of scroll through, let's look at week 1 for an example. Every single week, I welcome you to the week and I let you know what we're doing on that week. So hopefully it's pretty self-explanatory as you scroll through each of those. For week 1, I want us all to first introduce ourselves, and I want you to do this by the first Wednesday of this week. So if you look on week 1 and you scroll down, you'll see there's an introduction discussion topic. So click on that and introduce yourself to the group. And then you'll see that we have a reading on the first week, Anthropology in the Field of Medicine. So read that. And then there's a discussion. And so keeping with the structure of the course, the intros are going to be due by Wednesday night at midnight. And then that first reading and discussion are going to be due Sunday night by midnight. And then we've got week 2, which is another kind of intro week. I want us all to better understand what it is that medical anthropologists actually do. And so you'll see there is, by Wednesday night at midnight, I want everyone to find a medical anthropologist out in the world at any university or working for an organization, government entity, public health office. Find a medical anthropologist whose work interests you, and then I want you to post on the discussion board, and I've got some more directions on week 2. So that's due by Wednesday, and then Sunday you will see there's a reading and discussion question. So again, every week there's something new, Wednesday and Sunday, and then starting on week 3, we're going to read our first case study book, which again is The Weight of Obesity. So if you haven't gotten your books yet, make sure you get this one by week 3. And then we won't start reading the second one until week 6. So, all right. Well, hopefully this video was informative and at least, kind of led you through the syllabus in a different way. Again, if there's any questions you have, please let me know. I'm available by email all the time. And again, for those of you that are in the Bozeman area, I do have an office on campus in Reed Hall. And if you'd like to set up a meeting face-to-face, just email me and we can set up a time. And for those of you that are not in the Bozeman area, if you would like to set up a Skype meeting, If that's preferable for you other than just emailing, I'm more than happy to do that. So just reach out and let me know. And I will post some other intro videos, especially for that final project, to get us all on the same page. So look for those. Again, I'm excited to have you all in class, and I will, look forward to reading all of your introductions. All right, take care and have a wonderful weekend.